The sky above the small town turned a dusky shade of purple as the last rays of sunlight disappeared behind the hills. The narrow, cobbled streets seemed to echo with a sense of mystery and intrigue, as if secrets were whispered between the aged bricks. Amongst these hidden corners, Marlowe's Curiosities stood like a silent sentinel, its darkened windows almost impenetrable to the curious eyes of passers-by. Legend had it that the shop had been in existence for centuries, surviving fires, wars, and the relentless march of time. Locals spoke of its owner, Mr. Marlowe, as a reclusive figure who seldom ventured out of his peculiar establishment. Those who dared to visit claimed that the moment they set foot inside, a chill crawled up their spines, and an inexplicable feeling of being watched crept over them. The most infamous item in Mr. Marlowe's collection was the doll's eyes, an enigmatic artifact with a haunting presence. Some said they were the eyes of a cursed doll, while others whispered darker tales of their origin, suggesting they had been plucked from the sockets of unfortunate souls. The stories surrounding the doll's eyes varied, but they all shared a common thread: the eyes were alive, and they watched. Superstitions had grown rampant among the townsfolk. Children dared each other to peek through the dusty windows after dark, claiming they had seen the eyes shift, following their movements. Parents warned against the visitation, fearing that the malevolent presence of the doll's eyes would haunt their dreams. Sarah, a skeptical journalist with a penchant for unraveling the unexplained, had heard these stories too. In her mind, they were nothing more than fanciful tales woven from fear and fascination. Nevertheless, the allure of the unknown beckoned her, and she couldn't resist the urge to confront the legend firsthand. With determination etched on her face, she set her course towards Marlowe's Curiosities, unaware of the chilling journey that awaited her. The door to Marlowe's Curiosities creaked as Sarah pushed it open, revealing the interior dimly illuminated by flickering candlelight. The musty scent of antiquity mingled with an inexplicable hint of something more sinister, sending shivers down her spine. Mr. Marlowe emerged from the shadows, his figure almost ethereal, as if he were a specter lingering between worlds. Sarah met his cold gaze with a confident smile, concealing the tinge of uncertainty lurking within her. She had faced mysteries before, but the reputation of the doll's eyes had instilled a newfound sense of caution within her. The eyes of other curiosities seemed to follow her as she approached the glass case that held the infamous artifact. Encased within the glass, the doll's eyes glimmered with an uncanny luminescence, the irises a peculiar shade of deep azure that seemed to draw her in. The unnerving sensation of being watched returned, and Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that the eyes knew her thoughts, saw her deepest fears. As Mr. Marlowe opened the glass case, a shiver ran down Sarah's spine, and she wondered if she had made a grave mistake by seeking out the artifact. She felt as though the doll's eyes were peering directly into her soul, unraveling the layers of her psyche and revealing her vulnerabilities. Suppressing her discomfort, Sarah inquired about the origins of the doll's eyes, hoping to find a rational explanation for their infamous reputation. Mr. Marlowe's cryptic response only fueled her curiosity further. He spoke of the eye's storied past, mentioning whispers of souls trapped within them and the eerie incidents that plagued those who dared possess them. Sarah suppressed her unease and finally asked the inevitable question, how much for the doll's eyes? She tried to maintain her composure, but she couldn't shake the sense that she was making a pact with something beyond her comprehension. As she held the eyes in her hands, the sensation of being watched intensified, making her wonder if she had unwittingly invited a malevolent force into her life. Little did she know that her decision would set into motion a series of unsettling events that would haunt her nights to come. Sarah carried the doll's eyes back to her small apartment, a mix of excitement and trepidation swirling within her. Placing the artifact on a dusty shelf, she tried to dismiss the lingering unease, attributing it to her mind playing tricks. However, as the night fell and darkness enveloped her home, a peculiar sensation washed over her. The eyes seemed to follow her every move. Every time she glanced in their direction, the unsettling gaze of the doll's eyes pierced her soul. Sarah tried to reason with herself, blaming the flickering candlelight or a draft causing their apparent movement. But deep down, she couldn't escape the feeling that something beyond the physical realm was at play. As the days turned into weeks, the bizarre occurrences escalated. Sarah began to hear faint whispers emanating from the direction of the eyes, as if voices from a long-forgotten past were trying to communicate with her. Sleep became elusive, plagued by unsettling dreams where the eyes multiplied, their watchful presence an inescapable nightmare. Feeling increasingly isolated, Sarah reached out to her friend Emily, a self-proclaimed skeptic of the supernatural. Emily scoffed at the notion of haunted doll eyes, attempting to reassure Sarah that her mind was merely succumbing to paranoia and anxiety. Yet, even Emily couldn't shake off the inexplicable sensations that lingered whenever she visited Sarah's apartment. One night, while staying over, Emily was startled awake by the sensation of being watched. The room seemed to pulse with an eerie energy, and her gaze fell upon the doll's eyes, now seemingly multiplied and scattered throughout the apartment. Her skepticism wavered as she, too, experienced the unnerving sensation of the eyes following her every move. Sarah and Emily tried to rid themselves of the doll's eyes, but each attempt proved futile. No matter where they hid the artifact or how far they moved it, the eyes always found their way back, as if drawn by an unseen force. The artifact's haunting gaze began to torment their sanity, fueling a desperate need to understand the true nature of its malevolence. Determined to uncover the origin of the cursed artifact, Sarah delved into extensive research. Late nights were spent poring over ancient texts, folklore, and obscure legends. The deeper she ventured into the labyrinthine web of history, the more she realized that the doll's eyes were not just any ordinary trinket. They were entwined with an enigmatic past, hinting at a malevolent force lurking within. As Sarah continued her investigation, she stumbled upon old newspaper clippings and documents that spoke of mysterious disappearances and tragic accidents connected to previous owners of the cursed eyes. Her quest for answers began to consume her, blurring the line between obsession and a desperate need for closure. Sarah's determination led her to seek out local historians and paranormal experts, eager to unearth any hidden truths about the artifact's dark history. However, her inquiries only yielded cryptic warnings and fearful glances, as if the mere mention of the doll's eyes invoked an unspoken curse upon those who dared to pursue its secrets. Undeterred, Sarah resolved to confront Mr. Marlowe, seeking to extract the truth from the enigmatic proprietor. Little did she know that her pursuit of the doll's eyes would lead her into the heart of a chilling mystery, where the line between reality and the supernatural would blur, and the true horror of the artifact's malevolent gaze would be revealed. Driven by an unyielding determination, Sarah visited the Old Town Library, hoping to find any obscure records or ancient tomes that might shed light on the origins of the cursed artifact. She delved into the dimly lit archives, meticulously sifting through dusty scrolls and yellowed pages of forgotten lore. In the musty silence of the library, Sarah stumbled upon a worn leather-bound book titled Lost Legends and Cursed Artifacts. Her heart quickened as she opened its pages, discovering a chapter dedicated to the infamous doll's eyes. The book recounted stories of the eyes' malevolent power, the torment they wrought upon their possessors, and the tales of vanishing souls forever trapped within their azure depths. As she read, Sarah began to unravel the chilling history of the artifact. The doll's eyes, it seemed, had once belonged to a young girl named Amelia, who had lived in the town centuries ago. Tragically, Amelia's life had ended in a mysterious accident, and it was rumored that the eyes had been extracted from her lifeless body, somehow preserving her soul within them. Sarah's heart sank as she uncovered more accounts of the cursed eyes passing from one collector to another, leaving a trail of suffering and misery in their wake. The artifact had gained notoriety for its unsettling power, and even the bravest of souls dared not keep it in their possession for long. With a sense of foreboding, Sarah returned to Marlowe's curiosities and confronted Mr. Marlowe about the true nature of the doll's eyes. His cold gaze met hers as he spoke of the eye's origin, revealing that they held the souls of those who died tragically, forever bound to the eerie gaze that haunted them. His sinister grin sent a shiver down Sarah's spine, and she realized that she had stumbled upon something far beyond her comprehension. The weight of the artifact's dark history and the responsibility to free the tormented souls now rested heavily on her shoulders. Summoning her courage, Sarah sought the assistance of a local paranormal investigator, Dr. Jonas, renowned for his expertise in confronting malevolent forces. Dr. Jonas was skeptical at first, but, intrigued by the compelling evidence Sarah presented, he agreed to aid her in her quest to break the curse. Together, they conducted extensive research, poring over ancient rites and forgotten rituals designed to cleanse cursed artifacts. Sarah felt a glimmer of hope, believing that they might find a way to liberate the trapped souls and put an end to the haunting gaze that plagued her nights. The night of the ritual arrived, and Sarah's heart raced with trepidation and anticipation. In the dimly lit room of Marlowe's Curiosities, she and Dr. Jonas assembled the necessary items and prepared for the daunting task ahead. As the ritual commenced, the atmosphere became charged with an otherworldly energy. The doll's eyes seemed to glow with an eerie light, and the air grew thick with an unseen presence. Whispers echoed around them, and the temperature dropped, sending chills through their bodies. Sarah's hands trembled as she followed the ritual's instructions, chanting ancient incantations to break the curse. The eyes glimmered with an eerie luminescence, and it felt as if the trapped souls were reaching out, seeking release from their eternal torment. The climax of the ritual arrived, and a blinding light engulfed the room. Shadows danced wildly on the walls, and Sarah felt a profound connection to the souls trapped within the artifact. She could sense their pain, their anguish, their longing for freedom. As the light faded, the glass case that had once held the doll's eyes shattered into countless shards, and an overwhelming sense of tranquility washed over the room. Sarah and Dr. Jonas held their breath, uncertain of the ritual's success. Then, in the aftermath of the ritual, a profound stillness settled upon Marlowe's Curiosities. The haunting presence of the doll's eyes had dissipated, and an eerie calm filled the air. Sarah knew that the tormented souls had found peace at last, liberated from their ethereal prison. The cursed artifact had been cleansed, the malevolent gaze silenced, and the souls that had long suffered were finally free. The legend of the doll's eyes would live on in whispers, but the darkness that once lurked within the artifact had been banished, thanks to Sarah's brave and selfless determination to confront the horror that lay hidden within the antique shop. The haunting events of the night lingered in Sarah's mind, a blend of relief and exhaustion washing over her. She could scarcely believe they had succeeded in breaking the curse of the doll's eyes, freeing the tormented souls trapped within the malevolent artifact. Still, a lingering sense of apprehension remained, as if the spirit's gratitude was palpable yet unspoken. In the aftermath of the ritual, Marlowe's Curiosities bore the marks of the intense spiritual battle that had unfolded within its walls. The once dim interior now seemed to radiate a newfound warmth, as if the souls had left behind a residual sense of peace and serenity. News of the mysterious occurrences that had plagued the antique shop and its cursed artifact quickly spread throughout the town. Some regarded the events as a mere coincidence, while others were convinced that a malevolent force had been unleashed and then vanquished. Sarah found herself reflecting on the profound journey she had undertaken. It was more than a quest to dispel superstitions, it was a testament to the power of human resilience in the face of darkness. The experience had changed her, leaving her with a deeper appreciation for the mysteries of the universe and the unseen forces that lie beyond our comprehension. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah's curiosity led her to delve even further into the world of the paranormal. She began writing a series of articles recounting her encounters and investigations, aiming to shed light on the enigmatic and unexplained occurrences that often defy rational explanation. Her articles found an eager readership, captivating both believers and skeptics alike. People from all walks of life sought her out, sharing their own tales of haunted artifacts, ghostly encounters, and unexplainable phenomena. Sarah became a beacon of hope for those seeking answers and understanding in the face of the unknown. Yet, despite her newfound fame, Sarah remained humble and grounded. She never forgot the chilling gaze of the doll's eyes or the harrowing journey that had brought her face to face with the supernatural. The experience had taught her that some secrets were meant to remain shrouded in mystery, and that perhaps there were truths that mere mortals were not meant to fully comprehend. Marlowe's Curiosities, now a place of curious fascination rather than dreaded superstition, underwent a transformation. Visitors from far and wide came to witness the relics and artifacts with renewed awe and respect. The shop became a haven for seekers of the unknown, those yearning to explore the boundaries of human understanding. Over time, a sense of harmony settled within the town. The haunting legacy of the doll's eyes had been replaced by stories of bravery, resilience, and the enduring spirit of those who dared to confront the darkness. The legend of Sarah's quest became a part of the town's folklore, passed down through generations as a tale of courage in the face of fear. As for Mr. Marlowe, he remained an elusive enigma, vanishing as mysteriously as he had appeared. Some speculated that he was but a conduit for the malevolent energy that had once dwelled within the cursed artifact, while others believed he was a guardian of hidden knowledge, a sentinel watching over the delicate balance between the realms of the living and the departed. For Sarah, the haunting events of Marlowe's Curiosities had become an indelible part of her life. The journey had awakened a deeper understanding of the enigmatic forces that shape our existence, leaving her forever changed and forever intrigued by the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil of our reality. In the years that followed, Sarah continued her pursuit of the unknown, embarking on new adventures that challenged her beliefs and expanded her horizons. She had learned that the world was vast, teeming with wonders and terrors alike, and that sometimes the greatest stories were the ones that defied explanation. And so, the tale of the doll's eyes lived on, whispered in hushed voices around campfires and recounted by storytellers on cold winter nights. It remained a potent reminder of the thin line that separated the ordinary from the extraordinary, and the courage it took to confront the haunting mysteries of our existence.